Today we're going to look at a situation where our partner's in the turtle position, we can't put hooks in, they're playing pretty tight. Our conventional methods of getting our partner's neck exposed and breakdowns aren't working. So we're going to focus on a single grip that's going to allow us to unravel our partner's arm, open them up, and then start to attack. All right, how's that going to work? So our partner's going to start in a pretty tight turtle position. There are a lot of different ways of being in the turtle position. Most of the time, our approach to turtle is one where this is not a position that you're staying. You're not primarily looking to be defensive. You want to use this as a way of returning back to your guard so you can get back onto the attack or even stand up and start to move around, face your partner, and then come back in and start to work. But occasionally you'll be working with people who are extra tight from here, and it can be difficult to get things going with them, right? Especially if their elbows are right here by their hip, it's hard to put hooks in. Sometimes they're just hunkered down here, and even as you're trying to pull and push, it seems like they're very stable. When we see this happening, one method for going into attack is to forego trying to put the hooks in at all. Instead of trying to throw the hooks in, we're going to focus on getting our arm in on the near side. Now, this is not always easy, especially if your partner is in here very tight. The elbow and the hip connection is pretty strong. It's going to be very difficult for you to dig your hand in right at this point. With a little bit of movement back and forth, often we can take our hand and put it in up here by the armpit. A lot of times your partner's shrugging their shoulder here to protect their neck, and there's a little bit of space. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy or that you'll always be able to get it, but if you want a chance of being able to get this hand to the inside, instead of fighting down here by the hip, we're going to ask you to take your 4 fingers and you're going to start to work them in here, bringing your chest slightly forward. Now, this hand is going to work its way through until we can punch it to the inside position. Sit up slightly here. So you can see his hand, my hand is now through this space. Instead of going rooting around for a partner's neck or shooting the arm long, often because your partner's locked down here, it's difficult to get anything more than just your hand through the space. That's okay. What we're going to do with this inside hand is we're going to look to catch our partner's wrist. So if you sit up slightly here, you'll see that this hand is coming through. Once it's in, it's going to go down and find our partner's wrist, and we're going to get a one-on-one. So in wrestling, oftentimes when people are looking to take their partner and put their partner's back on the floor or get some points or to pin them, they'll use a method here called the one-on-one. And so it's one hand, our right hand, on our partner's wrist. Now, once your hand is here, it's not going to be enough just to start to pull this arm free. Your partner is still locked down, and they're committed to this knees on the floor and head on the floor position. So pulling your partner's arm out is not going to be easy, but we can create a situation where we use our elbow as a lever and we can rotate our partner's arm out. That's going to involve us coming up and creating some space so that we can put our hand on our partner's hip and we can walk around the corner. It's going to look like this. We're going to walk around the corner to a position where now our elbow goes over our partner's tricep, and we can use this hand to start to drive our partner's hand outside the line of their body. So right now his hand is locked inside. If I just pull here and I have an elongated arm, it's going to be difficult. But off our one-on-one, when we take our right elbow forward, we're not thinking about pulling, but rather levering this wrist to the outside here, just to this position. Okay? You can double up on it if you feel like it's a little bit difficult for you to get the hand past this point. But once we're here and we have this bar inside our partner's armpit, it's relatively easy for us to use this, because he's holding this tight, to start to turn him around the corner. Notice how we have our hips over our partner's head, our back knee is up on our partner's back. As he hits the mat here, I can control his leg on the far side, or I can simply allow him to rotate through. Now we can take a step with our cross-face leg and land in this good position. Before our partner can lock the hands, ideally we're elongating the arm. We're going to take our second leg out, and now out of this position, you're ready to finish. In any manner of juji gatame, you choose 3/4 juji, full juji, or even a half. So here we are. 1, 2, we're working. You need to be a little bit patient if your partner is really locked down here. Working this hand in. We get the grip one-on-one. Post, walk around the corner. Look how we lever. We're not trying to turn our partner all the way over. We're just trying to get this arm free. This leg is over our partner's head, close to it, and our hip is in. When we draw our partner down, this leg becomes the cross-face leg. Now we can switch our legs, bring our partner's arm through to the hip, and we're in a place where we can start to finish. So, again, when someone's really locked down in the turtle position, they don't want to move and they're super defensive, it's not going to be easy. But it's going to be harder If you try to throw your hooks in, keep your hips up above your partner, and then as soon as they feel you trying to create that motion, they start to roll out and bridge and push and turn, fall onto their side and begin to defend. We forgo the hooks, we look for the one-on-one, we create the lever by rotating around the corner, and we land in the top of the juji gatame, good attacking position. Hopefully this was helpful, you enjoyed it, we'll see you soon, thanks again.